Hi friends, I am Sajina. Today we can see autoimmunity. It is the inappropriate response of our immune system. That is, the immune system start responding against self-antigens. This is called autoimmunity and the disease is called autoimmune disease. Self-antigens are also called autoantigens. Autoantibodies are produced against these autoantigens. And the autoimmune disease, it is chronic and irreversible. High incidence is seen in females. Presence of demonstrable levels of autoantibodies in the blood are the main features of autoimmune diseases. Cause of autoimmunity. The main cause of autoimmunity are release of sequestered antigens or hidden antigens. Sequestered antigens, they are hidden from circulation. They are not exposed to developing T cells. So, the T cells, they do not induce self-tolerance to these antigens. That is, they do not know that these antigens are self-antigens. Exposure to such antigens can induce immune response. Examples, sperm, lens protein, heart muscle antigen, etc. Molecular mimicry, that is sharing of similar antigenic determinants between pathogenic microorganism and normal cell, induce an immune response against the self-antigen of the host, resulting in destruction. Various defects such as defect of thymus, defective immunoglobulin gene, loss of immunoregulation. Next one is inappropriate expression of class II MHC molecules. That is, normally class II MHC are expressed on the surface of antigen presenting cells. In autoimmune disease, class II MHC are expressed on the surface of various secretory cells such as beta cells, thyroid cells, etc. This activates T cell response against self-antigens. Neoantigens are altered antigens and they are modified or altered antigens. Their modification, it is mainly done by physical, chemical or microbial agents. The presence of neoantigens can also induce autoimmunity. Next is classification of autoimmune diseases. Two types of autoimmune diseases are there, localized and systemic autoimmune diseases. First we can see localized autoimmune disease. Here the immune response, it is produced against the antigen unique to a single organ or a gland. The main types of localized autoimmune diseases are Hashimoto's thyroiditis, autoimmune anemia, Goodpasture syndrome, insulin-dependent diabetes mellitus, Graves' disease and myasthenia gravis. First one is Hashimoto's thyroiditis. It is frequently seen in middle-aged women. Autoantibodies are formed against thyroid antigens. It's a type of delayed hypersensitivity reaction. It is characterized by infiltration of the thyroid gland by lymphocytes, macrophages and plasma cells, leading to inflammation of thyroid gland, and the condition is called goiter. Autoantibodies are formed against thyroglobulin and thyroid peroxidase. These are involved in the uptake of iodine. As a result, the uptake of iodine gets stopped, resulting in hypothyroidism. Next is autoimmune anemia. Three types of autoimmune anemia can be seen: pernicious anemia, autoimmune hemolytic anemia and drug-induced anemia. First one is pernicious anemia. This is due to the deficiency of vitamin B12. Here autoantibodies are produced against an intrinsic factor which is necessary for the uptake of vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 uptake, it is occurring from the intestine with the help of this intrinsic factor. Autoantibodies, they bind to the intrinsic factor, thereby inhibiting this vitamin B12 uptake, leading to deficiency, and the condition is pernicious anemia. Next is autoimmune hemolytic anemia. In autoantibodies are produced against antigens of RBC, leading to lysis of RBC, and the result is anemia. Drug-induced anemia. Here the drugs such as penicillin, it can interact with RBC and convert the RBC or makes the RBC antigenic, results in antibody-mediated lysis of RBC. Again, anemia is the result. Goodpasture syndrome. Autoantibodies are formed against the antigens of kidney and lungs. Here, complement-mediated lysis is occurring. Inflammation of kidney and lungs leading to damage and death occurs within months. Insulin-dependent diabetes mellitus. Autoantibodies are formed against the beta cells of islets of pancreas. Beta cells are involved in secretion of insulin. Beta cells are destroyed either by complement or ADCC, and insulin production gets decreased or stopped, blood glucose level increases, resulting in renal failure and blindness, and the treatment employed is insulin therapy. These are the early signs, that is frequent urination, more urine than usual, feeling tired all time, more thirsty than usual, weight loss or poor weight gain. Later symptoms are dry skin and mouth, hard to breathe, urine sugar, acetone will be positive, blood sugar will be very high, loss of appetite, etc. Next is Graves' disease. Autoantibodies are formed against thyroid stimulating hormone receptor on the surface of thyroid cells. Thyroid stimulating hormone is produced by the master gland pituitary and it stimulates the thyroid cells for the hormone production. In Graves' disease, autoantibodies binds to thyroid stimulating hormone receptor, that is TSH receptor. Thyroid cells get overstimulated. Overproduction of thyroid hormone occurs leading to hyperthyroidism. This is the diagrammatic representation. This is normal functioning, that is the pituitary gland secrete TSH hormone and this come and bind to the TSH receptor, stimulates thyroid cell production of thyroid hormones, and the negative feedback control is present for regulating the production of thyroid hormones. But in the case of Graves' disease, autoantibodies, they come and bind to the receptors, stimulates the cell, and the thyroid cell starts secreting thyroid hormones. There is no negative regulation resulting in unregulated overproduction of thyroid hormones. Next is myasthenia gravis. Autoantibodies are produced against acetylcholine receptors present in the neuromuscular junction. They binds to acetylcholine receptors. They blocks the normal binding of acetylcholine and induces complement-mediated lysis, resulting in progressive weakening of skeletal muscles. Thus, early symptoms are drooping of eyelids, and this later on leads to severe impairment of eating, speaking, and problem in movement. Myasthenia gravis. Here, normal functioning of the neuromuscular junction, that is the nerve, it is secreting acetylcholine, binds to the receptor, normal muscle activation. Whether it is contraction or relaxation, whatever it is normally taking place. But in the case of myasthenia gravis, the nerve, it is secreting this acetylcholine, but to the receptors, autoantibodies are binding, resulting in inhibition of muscle activation. Next is systemic lupus erythematosus. Here we can see the response is directed towards a broad range of target antigens, involves a number of organs and tissues. Damage is mediated by both cell-mediated and humoral immune response. Mainly 3 types are present: systemic lupus erythematosus, multiple sclerosis, and rheumatoid arthritis. First we can see SLE. It is common in women of 20 to 40 years old. Main complications are fever, weakness, arthritis, skin rash, kidney dysfunction, etc. A characteristic feature is a butterfly-shaped rash appears on the cheeks. Autoantibodies are produced against DNA, histones, RBC, platelets, WBC, etc. Autoantibodies, they destroy RBC and platelets with the help of complement system, and this leads to hemolytic anemia and thrombocytopenia. Thrombocytopenia means decrease in these platelets, and this is mainly type 3 hypersensitivity reaction. A number of circulating neutrophils get reduced, resulting in neutropenia. Vasculitis, that is blood vessel inflammation. Glomerulonephritis, inflammation of kidney. Then LE cell phenomenon is very common. LE cell is the damaged nucleus of neutrophil, and this LE cell phenomenon, it is mainly due to the presence of autoantibody called LE factor. That is, the neutrophil get filled with a large pale homogeneous body called LE body in the cytoplasm. Here this is the LE cell or the this is the LE body. This violet colored circular structure, it is the LE body. Destroy the neutrophil and it affects the normal functioning of neutrophil. Next we can see multiple sclerosis, neurological disorder seen in 20 to 40 age group due to autoreactive T cells. It leads to numbness to paralysis, loss of vision, inflammation. Inflammatory lesions are mainly seen in the myelin sheath of neuron, and this destroys the myelin sheath, leading to neurological dysfunctions. This is the diagrammatic representation. This is the normal healthy nerve. Here the myelin sheath is intact, but in the case of multiple sclerosis, the myelin sheath, it is destroyed, or we can see this is the demyelination in progress, resulting in the destruction of neuron. Therefore, This leads to neurological disorders. Last one is rheumatoid arthritis. It is common in women. It is seen in 40 to 60 years age group. It's chronic inflammation of joints and autoantibodies are produced. Mainly IgG antibodies are produced. These autoantibodies, they are called rheumatoid factor autoantibodies are produced against IgG antibodies. Therefore, autoantibodies are IgM antibodies and the IgM-IgG complex is formed and get deposited in the joints. And this activates the complement system leading to chronic inflammation of joints. Therefore, these are the different types of systemic autoimmune diseases. Hope you all understand the session. Thank you, students.